but he
It was up
fought back.
2-0. He
Yeah,
broke perfect each time, and I was just in bad spots, and he shoots so straight that, anything can happen. Billy won the lag here.
yeah, he did.
And that's big, in my opinion, in these short races. And it is a race to 4, but anytime you can get the edge, it's big. And Dennis is looking to see if he can do something with the 7 ball here. I don't believe he can see straight. Yeah, I can see on the screen. He cannot see it. Something here. He could take a foul directly behind the 7, kick soft behind it.
I've been noticing you guys, on y'all's level, y'all do that quite often. Take a foul when you have to. And
Yeah, it'll get you another shot for sure. The problem in this situation is if he tries to do anything firm with the 7 ball, he's going to leave a 4 ball or a 2 ball bank, so he's got to really protect against the 2 and the 4. He's looking up table at the 9, but the problem is with the 9 is that the 15 goes into the 6, and I don't see anything real good happening with it. So really, the key balls here that he's got to look out for is the 2 and 4. He could soft 2-rail kick behind the 7 and just freeze him behind there. Or he could kick hard. He could kick firm behind it and slide the cue ball up. And that's what it looks like he might be doing.
well, let's see what he chooses to do here.
I don't mind this shot. If he hits it full, he's going to... Oh, he went 1 rail into it. I like the shot, but he might give up the 3 here, I think. Yeah, I think he's going to give up the 3. No, he just barely didn't give up the 3. But he did give up the 7. I don't know about that shot. A lot of bad things could happen there. Billy banks so good, I expect him to cross the 7.
All right. All right, so you think he's going to cross the 7 here?
Yeah, I definitely think so, and I favor him to make it. The 2 might be cutting him off the pocket just a hair, but I believe he can play it to the lower side. He hit it way too thick. Good cue ball. Dennis is still in a spot here, but I expect him to bank the 1 and play the cue ball down behind the 3 and 7. He's not even looking at the 1. And that's the thing, obviously. I listen to Jeremy Jones commentate all the time. One of the issues with commentating these guys is it's player preference. There's a lot of options. And I really can't tell what he's doing here. He could be crossing the 3 and going into the stack. That's what he's doing. Nice shot. Very good shot.
Great shot there.
He played the 3 off the top of the 7, removing the 7 to cue up into the stack. So all of a sudden, these balls are favoring Dennis. And the reason that these guys are so good is that they've played over and over, and they notice the shots much sooner than people that don't play the game as much.
We were kind of talking about that a little earlier in one of the matches that, it just seems like the same type of shot comes, the same 10, 15 shots come up a lot.
They do.
And
Billy,
you're right. They make those decisions really quick.
Billy didn't want that 11 to come out. So he's got an option here. He can come around with the cue ball. And what I mean by that is to the side rail and then to the top and then left side rail, come 3 rails. Or he can try and hold it and draw into the 1. Your best way to make this ball is just letting it out and letting the cue ball do its work and travel.
Okay.
I don't know that he's got the angle to hold it. Yeah, he's coming around. 3 rails.
Just like that.
And Dennis is so good at running the balls here, so I would expect him, if he's straight here, he can cut the 4 next. If he's straight. And for such little guys, man, they always seem to have no problem getting to the shot. It seems like it's tougher for me versus them. They're always in the right spot. He's looking at cutting the 4 next. He must be real straight, because if he had any type of angle where he could cheat, he could drop for the 2.
So he's just looking to park it there, cut the 4?
I think the way he's acting, otherwise he'd have already done it where he could get up on the deuce. He's looking like he's playing to cut the 4 next.
And then just come around 2 rails again and play.
Well,
the
he
deuce,
could
or?
kill it with inside and get on the 10 next.
Okay.
He could. It just depends on how it lays. He must really be straight, but I mean, I feel like you can cheat it. It looks like he's power drawn this. Yeah. That's good. But I don't see him getting more than 2 balls here. The deuce and the 4. Unless he follows this into the 9. He could play this into the 9. Try and open those balls up, tickle him a little bit. That's what he's going to do. Well, now he's out.
Yeah.
That's the dangerous part with this guy here. You give him a shot, he's most likely going to get out. Little decisions like this are really important. He could cut this 13 and come back for the 5. The reason I say that is that if he plays to get on the 4, if he gets straight, he's in real trouble. And he's got to do work from the 4 to get on something else.
Right. This
So
is kind of natural to come
Yeah,
across.
yeah. I wouldn't fault him for. Oh, he tried. He tried, and he's in trouble now.
Yeah.
Like real trouble. He didn't mean to hit the top side of that 5, obviously. He's jacked up, trying to cut the 4. I don't think that he can get to the 8-10 carom. Yeah, he might have to take a foul here, actually.
Yeah, this is tough. While Dennis figures out what he's gonna do here, Scott, tell us a little bit about One Pocket, the brand.
Yeah, I got a couple guys in Phoenix. They're really good guys. Thanks for asking. Travis and Adam, they're really good guys back in Phoenix. And Adam is kind of like an Amazon genius, and he likes pool, but he doesn't really play. And he came up with that logo, and I noticed the logo a while back, and ended up getting a partnership with him. And I think that it's great for pool. I like that shot. I like that shot regardless, but I think it's good for pool because it's something clean. It's clean, and it's kind of got that golf look to it. And they're not saying anything bad about other clothing lines, but there's a lot of stuff out there that's just kind of, we branded it, so it's branded from within. The products are actually One Pocket labeled,
Right.
And tagged.
Okay.
And it's all very high quality. So we'll be coming out with a lot of other stuff. We just want to get a feel for the public and see if they like the logo, and they do. It's going well. If anybody's interested, go to onepocket.com. That's number 1pkt.com. We've got some specials on there and a bunch of hats and patches and things like that. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. If the general consensus around the country is anywhere like it is here in DFW, we definitely like it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been blowing up around here. Everywhere you go, people are talking about the logo and how clean the hats and shirts are.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, they look phenomenal, man.
Yeah, and then you guys have been generous enough to add us as a sponsor as well. And Mike with Omega Billiards, God bless him. He's been awesome. He's always been in my corner and done a lot for us. So really appreciate that. And this has been a heck of a tournament for sure.
We are glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice.
We hope all these guys out here listening are enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
Got somebody on the stream there yelling freezer at you.
Where at? I don't
Down
see.
at the bottom there. Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. What's up? I think that's John French. I'm not sure.
Nick said, good looking hats. You're right, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. So Dennis is in a spot here, obviously running into the top of that 5, really got him in a position of defense full time now. And no matter what happens on this shot, he's gonna be on the defense for the next few innings, no doubt. He's really looking to make something happen as far as moving balls, because there's not really a ball on the table that favors him right now. Excuse me. It looks like he wants to do something with the 1 and follow down. The problem with that is that I think it's the 10-8.
Uh-huh.
Those two are laying real good. So if there's anything he can bank into that 10-8, like they look like they're almost wired. You got to be real careful, because if you do something with the 1, you could leave him a bank. Looking to play the 6 off the 5.
bring the 5 up table and leave the cue ball down here in
and the
his
6
pocket.
goes towards his pocket. That's what he did. Well done, and he might have got away with it. I don't think Billy can see the 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes through there or not.
Which is pretty fortunate, but he also executed it well.
And he broke up that 10-8 combo that was maybe wired at Billy's hole.
He did a lot of good things there. I think Billy can bank the 14. He's looking at it. I think he can twist the 14 in. And I wouldn't fault him for shooting this. I don't think it's free. And he probably doesn't either. But he knows his chances are limited with a player like Dennis.
Right.
When you've got a chance in one pocket, and you guys at home probably know this, nowadays, back when I first started playing it, I was one of the only guys really doing it. But nowadays, when you get a shot at your hole, you've got to, it's all percentages. If you think you're a favorite to make that shot, you can't worry about missing or where the cue ball goes. You've got to go all out. So I don't fault him for banking this. If he makes it, I think he can win the game. Oh, he played the cue ball as well.
Yeah.
Oof, he'd really like that to go in.
But he didn't leave anything, did he?
No, but I mean, if it does go, he could win the game. I'm sure Dennis is going to somehow get to that 10 ball, or 12 or 14 ball. I can't tell the colors from here.
It's 14 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really huge if that ball drops.
Right.
Now, Billy's going to be in that corner pocket. Makes a big difference. Oh, he hit it a little thin. Oh, my pleasure.
So Billy was able to pocket the 14 there. Let's see what he shoot the combination.
To make that ball. Billy was down in the hole. So I didn't see it. Did you see what he did to make that first shot?
I did not see what he did. I heard it go in.
Sorry.
And then he just shot a combination.
I'm sorry, guys. Somebody came up to us real quick for a second.
That's
2 ball goes. So he's off to the races. I like coming up for the 9 here. He might just go into the 6. I actually like just sliding up for the 9 personally. Now he's straight. Now he's got to get on the 6. I liked coming up for the 9 and 1. He was perfect to do that. Now it's a little harder.
I was joined in the booth yesterday by Forrest, and he was one of the, he was just giving tips for novice players like myself and saying, anytime you have a chance to play a ball that's up table a little bit.
Yeah, you want to stay high on him.
Stay high on him and work your way down.
He got good on the 6 here. But, yeah, that's good advice. You always want to try and stay high on the balls and leave the lower ones for insurance. Looks like he's fine, though. He's going to get on the 8 now. Just drift over. I can't tell how many he needs, but he leaves himself an angle. Stay high on it. It's really high.
Needs 2 more, it looks like.
Now he can come up for the 5. A little high outside. Nice and smooth. Any type of cut shot or straight in on the 5, and he's good.
So just playing one rail back up?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he might, on the screen, it looks like he's got more angle.
Okay.
He might come up for the 1, but what I see on the table, it looks like he can just naturally come back for the 5. Oh, you can see if you use outside there versus inside, it's a lot easier to make the ball. And
kind
you just use use outside, just come straight up for the 5. And he knew right when he hit it that he missed it.
Dennis is going to bank this 1 ball, right?
Yeah.
Just leave the cue ball there.
Well, he's pretty much, he's got to make this. He knows it too. The problem is the 10 and 4 are tied up there. If he hits it a little bad, it could actually trickle in off the 10. So at worst, I would play this longer than I would shorter. A lot of good things can happen. Ideally, if it did come off the top of the 10, it opens everything up for him.
Right.
Oh, he
Like
played
that?
it longer.
Like
Oh,
that? Wow.
yeah, I like the way he played it. He hit it just a hair thin. Otherwise, hitting the bank thin. He hit the 10 thick, obviously, but otherwise he could have got out there. Billy needing 2. He's going to soft kick this one. Then Dennis is going to bank the 5. Unless he can take the 8 out, I don't know that he can. I think you've almost got to bank the 5 here.
Are you banking the 5 and leaving the cue ball at the bottom of the
Yeah, he's too.
long rail here?
Yeah, it's too much angle. He can't do it. Actually,
Okay.
he's a little too steep on that bank. I wonder if he can mass 8 kick behind the 8. Yeah, this is not easy. And that was a simple shot Billy just made, but something that simple just made it real tough on Dennis. Obviously, you can naturally see that the cue ball you want it on the right side of the table. But Dennis wants to do a little bit more than that, because if he just leaves Billy on the right side of the table, Billy can soft kick behind the 1 again, and it's just going to get worse.
Right.
So I would look at trying to kick the 8 out if you can masse around the 1 a little bit with right English. The problem with that is he leaves the 10. I'd like this, though, crossing it to his side and playing the cue ball up by the 7. He definitely wanted to hit it better than that. Now he's got no threats to his pocket. Speaking of he, I mean Dennis. Billy's going to try and stick this right here. Play the 1 and stick the cue ball behind the 4 and 10. Oh, he didn't stick.
Didn't quite hit it full enough?
Right, that's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Now he's banking the 5. And you notice he's got an option to remove the 8. So basically, if he banks this 5, he's going all out, and he's trying to make it. I don't necessarily know it's the right shot. I think he might want to move the 8.
Now, how are you moving this 8? You kicking
Kick
at
behind it,
Kick
yeah.
behind it?
Kick it to your side. And you're going to hit it a little thick, so you're going to hit a little higher up on that side rail than. He's looking to kick towards the 4, and I think that's really risky, because if you hit it a little bit bad, you could leave Billy a bank. I like guaranteeing the kick to my side. I'm going to hit the 8 full, which means I'm going to hit up a little bit higher on the side rail with a lot of inside English.
And just you're not worried about into the 10 or 4.
No,
you're just worried
so
about getting it to your side.
correct. So you'd kick it, try and get the 8 to like the middle diamond on your side of the side rail.
Okay.
Here he's really committing to making the ball, I think, because if you don't, you're going to leave Billy something pretty sweet. He hit it well.
Yes, he did.
And if that ball doesn't fall, Billy just rolls it in, and cue ball right there, and now he's in a big trouble. But I think he can play the 10-4 or the 10. I like the 10-4 personally, and play the cue ball back up where it's at. But I don't know if he's got the angle.
See, somebody like me, I just load it up with draw, get the 8 out of there, and make the 4 and run out. That's
Yeah, I like it. That looks good. I like it.
looks like he's shooting the 10-4 here.
Or he could make the 10. I don't know, but the combo looks a little more realistic to me. Yeah, the 10
wow.
went. That's what I was saying. I knew the 10 went.
Oh,
This is trouble. This is a game loser.
Yeah, Billy needed 2. Needs 2.
So that's kind of why I like the combination. There was no risk of losing the cue ball, right?
Right.
You just play it over to the side rail. I didn't know if Billy'd get a chance to win this game again. Oh. Oh, my.
Oh, no.
So he had a funny angle. That was an uncharacteristic shot from Bill. I didn't expect that. Dennis is going to make the 4, then the 10, and then play the 1 into the back of the 8. Do some damage.
So he's going to shoot the 4-10 combo, and then
Yeah, either way,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. He can play the 10 and come over to the 4, or you can play the combination. Probably just make the 10 and come over for the 4. Then get some type of an angle where he can bank the 1 into the back of the 8, bank it towards his pocket, or he could rip them both. Whatever he decides. It's player preference on this shot here. Yeah, it depends on what he wants to do. So if the cue ball ends up on that line that he's on right now, he could bank the 8 into the side of the 1 and rip them both out.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
The other way, banking the 1 into the backside of the 8, the cue ball would need to be somewhere down towards a spot or lower, actually. And I think that's more risky. Yeah, more.
Yeah, just below the head string.
Yeah. I think he wants to be on that line that he's on right now, actually. And you can remove both of those balls. And that's what he's looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe Corey and Tony are also playing right now. Correct?
Yes. Tony and Corey Dool and Tony are playing on the other table right now. Guys, don't forget you do have the option to jump over there and check that out. At the drop-down menu up above the video, you'll see main event. Just switch that over to action table, and it'll take you over to that table there. So now you won't have commentary. You won't hear expert commentary here by Mr. Scott Frost.
I don't know about that. But I do know he landed in a funny spot. That's not where he wanted to be. He either wanted to be lower towards where you just pointed his cue, or he wanted to be a lot higher. So I think he was electing to play that first shot that I said, the 1 into the back of the 8. But now the problem reveals itself that he could leave a bank real easily. And he might not even be able to clear the 1. He might have to give up the 8 here. This isn't easy. Oh, he got so fortunate.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Billy's going to bank the 1 into the 8 here, I would assume. I like kicking the 8 in.
Do you?
Absolutely. You can't miss the kick.
Right.
Yeah, you can't miss this kick. And deal with what you got afterwards. I like one rail kicking that 8 in. I mean, you really can't miss it. It's a big ball. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, he's banking at it. I can't fault him for this, but you can win the game shooting this shot, but you're guaranteed to get on the hill kicking the 8. Yeah. Pretty much the same result. Dennis is going to probably roll the 8 in and put him behind the 1 if he can. He doesn't want to let Billy see the 7.
So maybe rail first?
Yes, real soft,
yeah.
Correct.
Again, guys, I do want to make a correction. Earlier I said that the 10 ball is starting this evening. I was wrong in that. The 10 ball event's starting tomorrow. So 10 ball event starting tomorrow. I do believe the ladies is finishing up this evening. The continuation of the 1 pocket, the finals of that will be tomorrow as well.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we've got the 128-man 9-ball open starting. So,
nice.
Yeah, we've got 4 more days of action for you guys. Let's see what Dennis does here.
I don't know what he's looking at. Boy, I did not like that at all. You just soft roll, make the 8. Now you left Billy a pretty sweet bank to get the cheese.
Yep.
Expect Billy to lag this to his hole here. I don't think the scratch is on. It looks like it is on the screen, scratch on the side, but when I look at the table, he's definitely coming below the side pocket. And Billy banks really well, so if he doesn't make it, I believe it to be hung up. Oh, he hit it real thin. Look at this. He had a chance to bump the 7 and leave Dennis a shot. So for everybody at home, in a situation like this, you really can't worry about leaving Billy the 7. You just do your best to get the 1 out and leave the cue ball on that bottom rail. Irregardless, you're probably going to leave a bank on that 7. So you're really just playing the cue ball to make it tougher on your opponent. You remove the 1 by banking it with a little low left and then sliding your cue ball 1 rail down to the bottom rail.
Okay. but 1 ball first. This isn't a 1 rail kick into the 1.
Correct.
Okay.
Going into the 1 first. I don't believe it's a kiss. Yeah, there's no kiss
Just
there. I
playing
can
here
see
with
it.
Low left.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. If you hit it hard enough, the 1 should go 2 rails, bottom rail, top rail, up towards the side pocket, which could defend on from Billy banking the 7.
All right, so I got to ask you.
Just like
he
went rail first. I don't know. Go ahead.
So we were talking about this a little earlier, and I said next time I have one of you guys in the box with me that can explain it. When I see guys kicking and not really going for their hole, just setting up, they leave it by the side pocket a lot. Is that the goal? Is that a strategy?
Because your opponent can't. A lot of times, if you leave it by the side pocket, your opponent can't 3-rail the ball. It's just in a tougher spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Billy was really just playing that safe. He took a swing at it, see if he could twist it in, but it didn't turn bad for him either. It didn't turn out bad. Yeah, playing the object ball by the side pocket in a defensive shot really kind of leaves your opponent in a position where it's kind of like no man's land, where you really don't have a lot to work with.
I knew there had to be something because I kept seeing it over and over.
Sure. Yeah, they're going to play a little tic-tac for a minute.
Do you know who you're waiting on, Scott?
I don't.
Okay.
I never look at it.
I don't either. And that's my people would come up to me, when I'm playing in a tournament. Hey, who do you play next? I'd always say it doesn't matter. It's who's got to play me.
Sure.
It's not who I'm playing.
Yeah, you're playing the table, really, If you do your job, good things will happen.
So, see, it's stuff like this here where if I was at the table, I'd be totally lost.
So the 1 ball, for people at home, is it really helps Dennis, right? So, obviously, Billy can't win with the 1. He can win with the 7. So, right now, what you guys will see is that they're basically playing 1 ball, 1 pocket, and they're going to be utilizing the 7. Billy doesn't want to make the 1. Because if he does, he's going to leave some type of shot for Dennis. And Dennis doesn't want to make the 1 because he's got to get the 7 first anyway.
Right.
Now, if he could do something where he's making the 7 and then the 1 at the same time where the 1 spots up.
Like Sky almost did on you.
Yeah, and I knew he was shooting that shot.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. But that, just so people know at home, that Dennis's pocket's lower or on your what are they seeing? Which screen?
This one here.
Yeah, the top left is Dennis's pocket. So that 1 is really favoring him, even though he needs 2. Right now, he should just be focusing on the 7 ball. But it's causing him a little bit of an issue because it's not laying easy, meaning the 7. You might be banking at both of them, or at least trying to bank the 7 down to where the cue ball is and make the 1. He's kind of forced to do something with the 1 here. Yeah, he's kind of forced. He didn't want to do that, you could tell. He didn't want to do it, but he had no choice because of the way the 7 was laying.
Now, did he get him on the edge? No, I guess
not.
No,
he didn't get him corner hooked. Yeah, I don't know. Would like to hear me commentate Tony. Yeah, Tony's fun to commentate. I know his game quite well.
Yeah, they were talking about that earlier, how he is very tough to commentate just because, he goes for a lot of stuff that a lot of people probably don't see, or I mean,
Yeah, he's real creative,
mm-hmm.
and he's quick. I'm kind of the same way. Like if I see something, I'm quick. So it makes it a photographer and a commentator's nightmare because they can't really figure out what you're doing. I guess me and Chip, somebody said. So that's cool. He's gonna thin the he's gonna thin the one. He hit it a little thicker than he meant. I think Dennis is gonna take a whack at this one ball. I don't think I know. He's got to take a whack at this.
Just one rail, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just one rail. But if he has good control on it, the cue ball should come 3 rails over to the top side of the table on your screen anyway. Essentially pretty free. This shot's all about speed. It's all about speed. Looks like he's elevating a little bit. I really don't think that's. Yeah, now he's really looking to elevate. I don't know. Something he doesn't like about it. Yeah, now he's leveled out more. I think that makes this shot a lot easier. Well hit. Really well hit. Hit it a little fat, but looked like he struck it well. Yeah, Billy's going to try and spin this in. No? Is he kicking behind it? Yeah, he's kicking behind it.
Just over to his side, park the cue ball.
Yep, nice shot. I like that decision, actually. He didn't want that to hang. I mean, he didn't want it to go in either. Would have left Dennis a bank. I like that shot Billy shot, though. Billy banks so good, so it's hard for him to probably pass up a lot of those cross corners. There was something he didn't like about it, whether it was the kiss or the scratch in the side or scratch 2 rails in the corner. But I think he made a really smart decision on that shot.
Yeah, that's one of those shots that I notice come up a lot. That
It does.
One rail kick, when the ball's close to the rail, one
Yeah.
rail kick over to your side, park the cue ball.
But most guys will back cut bank that ball.
Uh-huh.
It must have been laying in a kiss, or he, obviously he does have a lead on this game where he needs one. Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised at a couple of the decisions Dennis made the last few shots.
Billy's 2 rail in this
All
ball,
day.
right? Yeah.
All day. Now, this ball had a tendency to come long on me, so I played it shorter. He played it pretty short. Yeah, it came long. Interesting. And the table plays quite short, so that 2 railer's coming a little long. Now, the 7 ball really favors Dennis. Dennis wants to put this one somewhere up by the chalk or a little further over and the cue ball down on the bottom rail. Leave him a really tough off-angle long railer. Seems like he's overthinking things a little bit.
Yeah, a couple times it looks like he's gotten down to shoot what you think he's going to do, and then gets up and changes his mind.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty simple here. Oh, yeah, that's too risky on this table. It's way too short, this table. Trying to make the 7, obviously, as well, to get them both in play.
Right.
If he would have done that, it would have been really nice. Actually got in a little bit of a funny position here. I wouldn't be shocked if Dennis gets a bank off of this. See, that's my whole point, though. While there's a ball hanging up in that pocket, even though, I mean, it just really favors Dennis, right? Anytime it spots up, Dennis is usually going to get a shot off of it. And he obviously did here. Now, I know what I'm doing. I'm banking the 7, and I'm going into the 1.
Trying to make the
Absolutely.
1 as well, yeah.
The only issue with that is, obviously, that the next shot you get, if you make the 7, is a long, tough spot shot. But if anybody can make it, it's this guy. And he knows it.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to, bring some of Dennis's matches to everybody, and man, it's some of the shots that he makes is just incredible.
Tell me about it. I played him for $200,000.
Oh, Well,
I don't necessarily know that that's a terrible thing. I mean, that shot there that he has next was going to be really tough. He hit the light. He's trying to make the one and doesn't want any travel on the ball. Well done.
just like that.
Well, and now there's one. And Billy, obviously, Billy missed that one ball straight in earlier.
Right.
With the 8 right by his pocket. So Billy's had his opportunities, and the way this is going right now, I would not be surprised if Dennis wins this game. Let's set to get down just a little further. It's a good shot. Good control from Billy right there.
Now, if that ball wouldn't have come down a little further, now we're talking about that same shot. We're just right
Yes.
one real kick up towards his pocket.
Yeah, the kick is real risky.
Not. I'm saying you were saying he wants it to come down a little further because if it would have stopped up this way now, then he would have had that, right?
Yeah, I don't know that he would have kicked that ball though.
Okay.
Under these circumstances. I can tell you what, he's going to consider banking this. No, he's not. He's just playing it back up table. Surprises me, actually. Billy banks so good. Good control there, though.
Yes, it was.
He's got Dennis against the wall right here. I think he's got to cross the left side of the one and play the 1-2 rails over to his side with inside English, and I think that's what he's looking at doing. Watch the scratch in the lower left-hand pocket. Oh, he hit it way too fat. He was trying to thin it, 2-rail the one to his side and bring the cue ball down to his right hand.
Gotcha.
Now Billy doesn't bank this.
Something's going on.
Yeah, something funny's going on. Yeah, I think he's got to cross this all day. Good control, good speed. Oh, way too thin. Way overspun it. This table has a tendency to come short. He might be going at this. Yeah, he just played it to his side. Smart play. Can't do anything here. You just want to bank it back up.
Just switch places?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't want that going in. It's a good shot again. The reason I say that is it looks like he's got Dennis in the kiss if Dennis wants to cross the one over to his side of the table. Yeah. Whenever you can lay your opponent in positions where it looks like he might get a kiss if he's trying to cross the ball over, it's a good thing. He missed a kiss. Well done.
Is Billy going to try to do the same thing here?
I don't think he can cross this. Excuse me. He looks like he's queuing up to. I was going to say, it looks like he's queuing up to bank this, and he swished it. Wow. Wow, what a shot that would have been.
Looked in, too.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, he hit that so pure. And Dennis can get this out.
Play to the left side rail first.
Yeah, he's got to play that
first.
side rail with left English. The only problem with this is if you hit it too thick, you can scratch behind the one. If you hit it too thin, you can double kiss it and leave him a shot. So it requires a perfect hit. See, double kissed it.
It's going to leave him a one railer.
Yeah, I expect Billy to hang this up at worst. I don't think he has a problem following it. Yeah, he's fine following it. Expect him to hang this up at worst. And he did. He made it.
Drilled it. All right, so Billy takes game one. It'll be Dennis's break. This is Mark Gonzalez with Rackham TV, joined in the booth here, of course, with the freezer, Scott Frost. We really appreciate you jumping in here with us, Scott.
Oh, my pleasure, man. I got to play. I don't know what time I play, actually. I don't want to wear my... Just because that 6 is in the pocket, it's not all the way in the pocket. So he's got a little issue. If he can get this first ball down, he's off to the races.
But he's got to be careful because if he doesn't,
Everything's favoring Dennis's pocket.
everything, the 5, 7, 3, 15's all right
Everything.
for Dennis. Yeah.
14, they all go in Dennis's pocket. So you really got to throw caution to the wind on this shot and make sure he's playing the 6 first. Yeah, I don't know about that. He needed more out of that than that. I might have taken a little extra time there and tried to figure out what you could have done better.
Is he ever shooting a 7, cue ball into the 5?
He could. You just got to really be careful and lock him up here because he knows that Yeah, he's just protecting everything there. I can't fault him. You don't want to give Dennis a whiff of a shot at this point because of the way these balls are laying. You know, if you don't mind, I might have to call the wife here in a second.
Yeah, no
Her
problem.
father passed away 1 year ago today from cancer. So,
Oh my goodness.
so yeah, it was actually I was a little bit torn on even coming out, but I wanted to support Mike in this poor room. So,
Well, we certainly appreciate it, but our condolences go
thanks,
out.
man. My pleasure.
So is he just thinning this and going
Yeah, I
behind
think
the
that's
two?
really all he's got.
Okay,
He wanted to
just
hit a
leave it
little
right there.
thicker than that. He left him the 5. He didn't want him to be able to see the 5. That's why he's throwing his hand up. Dennis looks a little bit tired, to be honest. He's
Yep.
made some mistakes. I mean, Billy let him in the game like 4 or 5 different times last game. I'm a little bit surprised with it. Mark, I'm gonna thank you for having me, and I'm gonna do my best to get back in here. Okay.
Oh, it was our pleasure, Scott, for
All right.
sure. Thank you so
All
much.
right, buddy. And thanks everybody for tuning in. It's a great operation here. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, this is Jesse Wilcoxon. I'm in a booth with a buddy of mine. We're going to be watching this match right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
you,
great.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Good to see you, Jesse. I'm
Yeah.
Forrest,
Yeah.
and local guy here out of Dallas, and we're gonna watch some great one pocket here. It looks like we got currently Billy's up one game, and we got a 2-ball to 1-ball. Dennis is in favor of that.
Yeah, it's a great batch. Billy's such a good banker. Of course, Orcollo is too, but that's what.
Yeah, you're
Billy.
right. Dennis has got to kind of protect against Billy's banking abilities when he can. It looks like Dennis got a great chance here to bank the deuce, and looks like maybe get on the 15 after this. If he can get below the 3 he wants to get. But it's a pretty free bank. He doesn't really have to worry about Billy coming back at him with the ball protecting Billy's pocket a little bit.
Yeah, I think that 10's kind of hemmed up there with that
Exactly.
9 ball.
Well, I think, like I said, he was trying to stay below to get to that 15 right there, and he short banked it a little bit, got a little bit high on the pocket. And we're going to see Billy's banking abilities here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that 15 he can get a hold of. He might try to bank that into the 14 just to get another ball over to his side also.
Yeah, I'm not let me see. Yeah, it looks like he can see the 15. He might go ahead and bank the 3 across and use the 15 as a protector ball.
Yeah.
Both these guys are going to be a little bit careful of giving these free banks. They're not going to get away with them very often. So he doesn't see a way to protect. If he just rolls up, then Dennis is going to have a great opportunity to either bank the deuce ball or the ball right above the 2 balls. So he may end up just. I don't mind him rolling this 11 in the side, getting that off of Dennis' side. And you got to kind of predict what Dennis might do from there, and he may not be able to get to the ball that's right by Billy's pocket, so that's probably the right shot. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there because you're protecting a lot of the real estate on the table.
Right. And it looks like Dennis is going to have to spin around to maybe kick at the ball that's by Billy's pocket, the stripe ball there. But once again, if you don't hit that pretty good, you're going to leave him a bank on the 2, so he may not want to mess with that.
Yeah.
I think, you're probably looking maybe at the 7 ball here to remove that 7 ball from Billy's side here. If you can't find anything offensively, then you want to, protect your side and diminish your opponent's side. So if he was to roll this 7 ball on the side, put it up on the, spot it and get the cue ball frozen to that long rail over there, you get out of the inning. You don't do a whole lot for yourself, but you keep the other guy from running out on you.
Yeah, or you bank the 7 up towards the end of the table, and I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably going to pocket like he's talking about. Yep.
Yeah, you want to get that ball. There you go.
Watch out.
That might be pretty good speed right there.
Yeah, Dennis is known for his cue ball control.
Certainly. He's put Billy in a pretty good little spot right here. There's nothing real simple to do. I don't see any offensive shots.
No, that's the beauty of the one pocket. You play a shot for your, 2 or 3 shots in advance. You're trying to move something over to your side of the table. So if you do get an opportunity to pocket something, that's whenever it comes into play.
You're exactly right there, Jesse. It's
when you can't do anything offensively, then you want to go ahead and prepare for the next 2 to 3 shots and just improve your position when you can. You don't want to have too many dead innings where you don't do any improvement.
Yeah.
And that's when some of these top players here, that's how they win a lot of the games, is they just don't give you opportunities to improve your position.
Absolutely. Yeah, you think you're doing okay because you didn't let them come to the table with anything strong, but they're setting you up.
He set that really good speed, covered the 11 ball. He wanted to do everything he could to protect that the 11 ball on the spot there, so Dennis doesn't shoot that to his side, which he done. He's actually covered all the banks.
Yeah.
The short banks.
Billy's one of the younger pros, on the circuit, and everybody knows of his banks game and, of course, his rotation games. But I'm telling you, man, for being such a young guy, he is very, very deep into the one-pocket knowledge.
Yeah, Jesse, I noticed just a few events ago, he finished really, really strongly, and showing a lot of knowledge from such a young age, and I like to see that. I like to see the young guys that are playing both games.
Yeah.
Love 9-ball and 10-ball, but I think if you play, a combination of these games, then you improve your entire ability, and
Absolutely.
like Billy's embraced that.
Yeah, and he's so patient. He doesn't get in a hurry, which is, one of the biggest attributes about this game. If you can mentally beat your opponent, then that sets you apart.
Yeah, if you show them enough patience, they're going to be a little leery of shooting shots that are going to give you an opportunity, because they know you're waiting for that. He took a little bit of a cautious route there. Sometimes you'll see a guy shoot that just one rail it and come around 3 rails, but the 8-ball's kind of a big ball in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he took a shot and played okay. This is probably going to give Billy a shot to cut the 8 in. It's pretty safe.
Yeah, because that pocket, Billy's pocket's a little bit bigger since he's got that 14 sitting there next to it.
Exactly, yeah.
So if he does use the 14, roll the cue ball down, he might be able to have a bank, on the 2 or the, it depends on how far he wants to roll down.
Yeah, I think right here he's got a free cut on the 8, and if he makes this ball, he should get a few balls. He's going to be able to shoot the 14 ball and kind of be on his way there.
Yeah.
This one here needs to make sure he gets it to the end rail. Doesn't give Dennis that bank on the 14 or the ball above the deuce.
Exactly. Oh.
He might get away with this.
No, man.
Ooh, it's a little bit long there. So he overcut it just a hair and hit the long rail first, which made the cue ball jump a little bit. It doesn't look like.
Dennis is probably going to kick to the backside of the 8 and try to push the 14 towards his direction.
Yeah. That's a safer shot right now. Messing with the 2 right now, you could probably cut the 2 in, but you really are taking a chance there and losing the game. So it's a little early in the match for that.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 options here. He can hit this firmly and try to stack, put the ball in the stack, but he may not have that ability. So yeah, well, I'm not sure he covered the 2 ball there. If not, then a little bit of an error there.
Yeah, because if Billy does decide to bank the 2 into the 14, roll the cue ball forward, the only thing you can be leaving open is the bank, coming back for Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is a shot that you can control a little bit, and you don't have to leave anything. You just don't want to try to fire this in and leave Dennis a cross bank back.
yeah.
But it looks like the 15-3, I believe that's the 15-3 right there, is blocking Dennis' pocket a little bit. So he's got a little bit of safety net there. Doesn't have to worry about the long rail banks back at Dennis's pocket.
The score is 1-0 Billy. He's got one game on Dennis. Now they're racing to 4 here, so, and this is on the winner's side. Billy's good at leaving that cue ball down there on that rail.
Yeah, that's a one pocket trait. You know, when you learn this, when you're learning this game, it becomes. It's probably more difficult in the beginning to learn that. As a one pocket player myself, you know, I learned very quickly that you want the cue ball on the rail, and that's basically the opposite of what you want in rotation pool. You know, you want to try to keep that cue ball off the rail, but for your opponent to be able to do things in the middle of the table is probably a losing proposition. You get them stuck to that rail and you limit their abilities to really do anything but hit the top of the ball, then
Yeah, you can't hardly put any spin on it. You definitely can't put any draw. You know, you can't power into it a whole lot. I mean, you're like you say, you just really putting the handcuffs on them whenever you get them either jacked up over some balls or if you glue them to the rail.
well, Dennis has had enough of that ball by Billy's pocket, and he went ahead and eliminated that. And that's it may seem odd to some of the guys out there, but sometimes that's the best way to get rid of a dangerous ball.
Yeah, because what it does is it hinders your ability to be able to make some offensive moves whenever you have somebody with the ball sitting right there close to their pocket. So that opens up Dennis's ability to make some 2 or 3 move decisions, you know. And I say 2 or 3 because you're looking 2 or 3 shots in advance, you know,
Right.
and like stuff like that right there. He wouldn't have been able to stick
Exactly.
Billy at the
Yes.
bottom of the stack right there and move more balls to his side of the pocket. You know, if Billy still had that ball sitting there. So it's
Yeah, and Billy had already froze him to the rail right there a few times with that ball, sitting in front of his pocket. Dennis can't really do anything offensively from there, and this gives him a little more opportunity. Gives Dennis more opportunity to choose different shots.
yeah. Spot another one up.
They both have to pay attention to those balls around the spot there just to make sure there's no wired balls, and he eliminates that possibility there. And actually improved his position because both those balls. No, balls go in Dennis's pocket now, so he's not going to want to mess with those unless he has to.
There we go. I think we got the ball count correct now. Mark had to come in and set us back on track.
This game here, this area of the game is really about, creating some position. There's not a lot of offensive moves right here. So you want to try to improve your position for later innings. And I was fortunate enough to play and listen to Billy and Cardone quite a bit. And this situation right here is all about beating your opponent to the shot. Whoever can beat their opponent to the shot first is going to win a lot of these games, most of these games. So you don't want to allow your opponent to come to the table with a chance to make a fairly simple, safe shot. And so you're going to watch them short rail there, but
Yeah.
sometimes that ball will catch
Catch that point
both
on the end.
corners,
Yeah.
and he got a little fortunate there not to leave it in the pocket.
Yeah.
So this gives Billy he wants to look at the table here and figure out a way to protect the ball that's close to his pocket. I believe that's a 10 ball, but if he can, he's going to have to move it because it's a cross bank for Dennis.
Yep.
Once again, back on that end rail. Looks like he's got it tight frozen this time, and it really eliminates Dennis's ability to produce any type of offensive shots that are controlled. You know, you don't want to be out of control with these shots if
It's
you
so
do take a
true.
chance.
It's such a huge deal to be able to freeze that ball on the rail. If you don't think you really have an option on a lot of things, man, if you can stick them on that rail, you're really helping yourself out. You're increasing your percentages of being able to come back to the table, because, man, there's a lot of silly things that can happen whenever somebody's on the rail. They can miscue, they can hit it, you know, a little bit too soft, the tip can come over the top of the ball. I mean, you're giving yourself options, you know, a chance, you know, to maybe have something good happen.
You're exactly right, and you're also hindering, you know, one of the best players in the world, maybe the best player in the world, from doing stuff that you really can't stop.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
want to
true.
slow him down as much as you can right here.
Yeah.
I've gotten to watch Dennis play quite a bit lately, and he's been in some great matches and some tournaments and gambling matches, and also some pay-per-view events. And they're saying he's one of the top money players in the world right now, maybe the best. So
Oh, yeah, he's been playing another guy in there for the past few days for $2,500 a game. So, I mean,
right,
you know, and
Yeah.
he's giving the guy weight. What
Yeah.
was it, 9-4?
I believe he's giving him somewhere around 15 to 4,
15 to
and
4,
it
yeah.
sounds like a lot, but with a guy like Dennis, you know, if he puts a lockdown on you, you might not be able to, you know, shoot any shots at all like you're seeing here. You know, he's not giving Billy any opportunities, and Billy's a great player.
Yeah.
So when he gives these huge spots to people, but he doesn't allow them to shoot at their pocket, and when he gets a chance, he'll go ahead and run 13 balls on you.
Looks like he might be going for a bank here.
Looks like he's got a free one here with good pocket speed.
Yeah. Dadgum. That was close.
And it looks like Billy's going to be able to take this out.
Yeah.
But he got a little lucky. Once again, those balls get real close to the corners there, and they don't want to just pop right out. These pockets are not as small as some. These are, I believe, the standard diamond size pockets are 4.5, and so a lot of these guys, when they're playing on the smaller pockets, the balls come out of there a little easier, so they
Yeah.
got to adjust to that.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't see any real easy shots. I guess he's going to try to bank this 13 towards his hole and hold on the 7. It's probably pretty tight there with that angle of the cue ball's not going to be able to get out of the way because the 7 ball's so close to the 13 there. So you got to be careful not to double kiss that towards Billy's pocket.
Yeah, that's true. With him being so close to the rail like that, is he going to be trying to carry him off and put the 5 in the hole? And no, he
Hit
went
that ball
for it.
really good, really good.
How did he hit that one?
So that was one that you really couldn't slow stroke. He had to go ahead and power that ball to protect against the 7. He drew off the 7,
Yeah.
so he didn't run into it, and the cue ball double kissed the 13. So It looks like the 7 ball will cross here and go down, but I'm not sure he can control the cue ball enough to take that chance. So if he can get this ball locked up between the 2 and the 11 here, he's got himself in a pretty powerful position with 2 balls down table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Billy can probably go off the 11 and freeze him up back behind the 2, or the 2 and the 11.
There you go.
Yeah.
Frozen to the 2. It's not going to create a huge problem for Dennis, but it allows him to come back to the table. So
Yeah. Like what we were saying a while ago, you know, if you can keep them froze up on a ball or froze to the rail, it takes away a lot of their offensive authority whenever they do come to the table. He'd probably do a similar shot, either come off the 11 or he might go into the 4 and try to freeze him on the 11.
yeah,
I
he's
can't
really
see how much room he's got.
exactly. He's really got to protect this 2 ball. He's frozen to it, but if he does anything real simple down there and gives Billy a chance to cut at this 2 ball, he was looking at maybe one reel kicking the 11 towards his pocket. That looks like the cue ball may get out of control with that.
And if he's frozen, they can shoot through the ball. As long as the stroke is not hampered, they can shoot completely through the object ball.
Right. I seen Shane had that shot a
Yep.
couple times yesterday where
Yeah, he did.
he shot directly through the ball, which is new rule. Typically, you know, we will play in one pocket where you need a 45-degree angle,
Exactly.
and but here they're saying when the ball is frozen, you can go ahead and shoot through it. So I'm not sure if Billy's going to try to cut bank this ball one rail, or he's going to just play cue ball behind this 10 ball. There you go.
That's a really good shot. I know it looks simple, but dadgum, man, whenever you are back cutting and banking the ball up table and then able to keep it on the rail so Dennis doesn't have, you know, a lot of options with that 10 ball. I mean, the 10 ball's not going to be able to go towards his hole. It's easy to hit the bottom of that 10 ball and bring it out far enough, you know.
Exactly, yeah. Looks like Dennis going to knock this away. Got to be careful not to leave him this long rail bank on the 14 or 15, which I think he's covered that. Dennis got a ball on his side. It's below the side, so Billy's got to move that away without giving him this 2 rails up here.
Yeah. And 15's in the way for the 2 ball to come 2 rails back down to his pocket.
It sure looks like it is, yeah. The 2 or the 11,
Yeah.
doesn't look like either one of those available. 10 ball's in a good spot for Dennis right now. It's favoring his pocket. It really doesn't bank towards Billy's pocket, so he can go ahead and move a ball up there.
Exactly.
Maybe behind the 2 ball area, and have some protection on his side, or at least a danger ball on his side to keep him from doing anything.
Yeah.
So Billy's certainly going to want to eliminate this ball away from Dennis's side. Roll up. Well, he went ahead and come back down. keeping him on that rail much as he can, getting him long distance, even for the best players in the world. Long distance is typically better than give them something where they have 2 or 3 feet to work with. If they, if they're working with 7 or 8 feet, they're not going to take as many chances. Not going to be as accurate with it.
Yeah, as much distance as you can create, it's just going to be to your benefit every time.
And I've played with a lot of these guys quite a bit, and so at this level, you expect them to do amazing things, and you're never going to be disappointed. They're gonna play great, and sometimes they're going to do stuff that we think mere mortals shouldn't be able to do.
Exactly.
But again, they do miss sometimes, and that's why you're going to see them where they don't take chances that are just where they may get only 1 ball and the other guy might get 3 or 4 balls, because everybody misses. If you play pool, you figured that one out.
Yeah, that's
The
no
simplest
joke.
shots can give you trouble sometimes.
Man, you're preaching the choir there, buddy.
So once again, we have a race to 4 winner side match. Got Billy Thorpe and Dennis Orcollo. Both have 3 balls apiece in this game. And currently, Billy is up 1-0 on Dennis. On the other side, on the tournament table on the other side, we have Tony Shoham playing Corey Dool. And I believe that's a winner side match.
Yeah, they're both playing really strong, too. Van, you want to know when it starts? This is the 1 pocket event, so it's already started. The 10 ball starts this evening. I'm not sure if that's what you want to know or if you want to know what the start time was of this match. This match started a little bit before 4 o'clock.
Yeah, we have the 1 pocket today, tomorrow, and I believe yesterday, today, and I believe the finals will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I believe the 10 ball starts tomorrow.
They said it starts this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever the ladies' event gets wrapped up, then they're going to start using the tables over there for the 10 ball.
Great.
Be playing on the 7 foots.
So they came back today, and they started at 10 a.m. this morning. We had several matches this morning that came back out. Scott Frost ended up beating Skyler in a hill match. It was a nail biter.
Yeah.
And we had Chip Compton was playing Fedor Gorsht on the other table, and that turned out to be a great match. Fedor showed a lot of knowledge there, and ended up going hill with Chip, and Chip got it on a hill match. But Fedor really showed some strong potential there. He hadn't been playing 1 pocket much.
No, he's pretty new to the 1 pocket game. Of course, his knowledge about pool and just pocketing abilities and banks and everything, helps him out a ton. But he's picking the game up really quick. There's a lot of, man, that was an excellent shot by Dennis. And then, of course, Chip is an absolute legend around these parts, about playing 1 pocket. He's
Absolutely. He's playing some of the best I've ever seen him play. And with Chip and Dennis and Tony, those guys are in the top echelon of the game right now.
Yeah, no matter where they go, those guys are going to be towards the top of any bracket.
So I noticed Chip was probably a little surprised that Fedor gave him as much trouble as he did, but he ended up getting it. So to some of you guys out there, it might look like Dennis took a little bit of flyer on that 7 ball. He was certainly trying to get on the rail to try to have a shot at this 10 ball next. He made a great bank on the 7 ball. It was a straight back long bank, and he's put himself in a situation to where, if he would have missed that ball or hung it, Billy would have been able to shoot this ball. at this stage of the game, he's not going to get a whole lot. So he took that chance, and if he gets his ball on the long rail with a straight in shot on the 10 ball, it was going to be a well worth the risk there. But he still will cross bank here. He's going to one rail this.
There it goes. Yeah, Stacks, this is a double elimination bracket's what they're going to be having here. So that's what I've been told is a true double elimination. So whoever wins a hot seat will play the winner of the loser's side, and then if they get beat by the winner or loser's side, then they'll have to play one more. So yes, I've
True
been
double
told it is a
elimination,
true
okay.
double elimination and not just a long race finals. So that's what I know.
Yeah, I believe we're playing a race to 4 on the winner's side in this tournament, and it's going to be a race to 3 on the one loss side.
And the ladies' 9-ball event is going on also on the 7-foot. And, man, there's been some really good matches. I know Alicia Stanley had a hill match with Christina Cock yesterday, and that was a great match. It came down to, some rolls that, are just going to happen in the game, and then also some real strategic safety battles they played, and then, of course, just running out, just having the gumption to go for it. And Alicia really battled hard and showed her heart, and was able to take that match on a hill battle.
You're right there, Jesse. I really enjoy watching Alicia play. She stays really patient, and her fundamentals are great. Christina obviously has some unbelievable fundamentals, and she's been playing in the last week or so. She's come in and played lots of exhibitions and some gambling matches, some live stream matches, and she definitely has. Her and Fedor both have such strong fundamentals that they're certainly worth watching. You can learn a lot from watching them. Dennis looks like he's going to shoot a one rail cross here. And get the cue ball up there close he can to that end rail, but by the 2 ball. Hit this a little bit.
A little fat, yeah.
Yeah. But he protected the, I believe that's the 15 up by the end rail, so Billy can't bank at that ball. Got it close enough to his pocket to where it's a danger to Billy do anything really but take it out of there.
There's not any commentary on the other tables. The way that we've got it set up in here is got one booth, and so there is not going to be any commentary on another one. Just want to be able to bring those so everybody can be able to see them. But no, there's not.
Yeah, I believe you can skip around on the stream and watch some of the ladies' event and the other table. We have 3 9-footers here, and they're all used for the one pocket and the 10 ball, the 3 9-footers.
Yep.
And then the large 128 player 9-ball event will be held starting Saturday, and that'll be on the 7-foot diamonds. And it's going to be a strong field for that one for sure.
Yeah, there's so many monsters in the house right now. I mean, absolute world beaters. I'm going to tell you, I really love the shot that Dennis just played right there. He banked the ball, the 10 ball back up towards his side, and then he also left the cue ball down there to end rail. but he pocketed another ball so it spots up. So really what you're doing is it's a double threat down there. You've got two big balls, and Billy eliminated one of them, but he still left a bank on the long rail. So it's talking about it, the chess game. Whenever you can be able to put two balls down on your end of the table and threaten, then you're going to be able to create more opportunities for yourself.
You're exactly right there. Anytime you can move balls from up table and put them in your advantage, you want to certainly do that. And at this level, it creates threats that you really have to combat for them to be able to shoot at multiple balls. You don't want to give them options.
Yeah. And Billy recognizes that, and instead of getting really worked up about it, again he left the cue ball frozen or almost frozen, on the end rail here. So it makes that bank so much harder. Um, that's really what you got to remember whenever you're trying to play a competitive one pocket. You got to make it as difficult as you can. See?
Right. You gave him he gave him an opportunity to shoot a ball, but he also gave him an opportunity to possibly sell out.
Yeah.
So with it being jacked up on the rail, he couldn't control that and just draw the cue ball back to the end rail and take a free shot at it. And Billy may be able to bank this 2 ball below this 10 ball here, shorten it up a little bit, get it close to the pocket. He wants to get it. That's a good spot right there. He's got a couple of threats that Dennis has got to worry about. Can't just really take the 2 ball out without worrying about the 10 and the 15 here.
Yeah.
So I would look for him to soft kick this ball up to the long rail up there by the side, which would block Billy's banking lane. Anytime you can't create something offensively, if you can block their banking lanes, it'll keep a guy from taking free shots at you at least.
Yeah, there's 12 7-foot diamonds on the other side, and then there is 2 9-foot diamonds on the other side, and then on the feature side, which is what you are watching right here, there's another 9-foot diamond. So this venue here, Snookered in Frisco, there is a restaurant side, which is what we're on right now, and then the normal pool room is over there with the 12 7-footers and 2 9-footers. So 10 ball will be played on the 7-footers.
I believe the
Okay,
10 ball
for
is going to be
tomorrow.
on the 9-footers.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, the 10 ball is going to be on the 9-footers, and the 9 ball starts Saturday will be on the 7-footers.
Okay. I got that backwards.
Took a chance to bank that ball. He didn't have a lot of room to get by the 10 there. Not sure if Dennis can hold the bank on the 10. But he thins these and controls the cue ball and really kills the cue ball so well, he may be able to take a shot at this. He's looking at it. He just want to make sure that he doesn't if he can get this ball behind this 11 ball here, and then really he doesn't have to really try to make this ball, just get it close, play the cue ball, get it behind the 11,
Yeah.
And it seems like a strong thing to do, but at Dennis's level, he can do this. Or he could possibly just go ahead and play 2 rails shape on the 15 with a 1 rail on the 10. He's going to move him up there on top of this 11 ball. And Jesse, as you know, anytime you are stuck up over a ball like this, your accuracy level is maybe 50% at best. So
Yeah,
you
it
have to
falls
really be
off so
careful with
fast.
your chances here.
You're exactly right.
And Billy's not going to mess with that. He's going to come over here and play something down table that will get him out of this inning.
Yep, and guess where the cue ball's sitting?
Once again on the rail, not a bad idea. Blocking the banks.
Yeah.
And also not shooting over that 11 ball and trying to do something, maybe cut the 15 in your pocket and hang it, leave a bank, and, Dennis runs out on you. So
Yeah, whenever I first started playing one pocket, and there was an older gentleman who was showing me and giving me some lessons, he would always say, just like what Dennis did right there, he was basically daring, I dare you to try to cut that ball in, because he knows the accuracy level goes down. He said, man, you know, a newer one pocket player, a younger one, they get so tempted because they just want that glory shot, but then it's a sellout, So he said, man, do not be tempted by the dare. If you think you can be able to do it 1 out of 2 times, go for it. If you can do it 1 out of 10 times, don't.
right, the hero shot, it sure looks good, but don't help you when you're walking out loser, which is going to happen more often.
Yeah, the hero shot never does pad your pocketbook, because as many shots as it takes to get that hero shot, you've lost so much that you can't
Yeah.
regain.
It keeps you in games, though, doesn't it, Jesse?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
You
it
shoot
does.
enough hero shots, and you'll have guys lined up for days trying to play you.
Yeah,
It looks like he got a free shot on this ball here. He splits the pocket, gets a shot on the 3 ball. Looks like he's got a good chance to get the 3, the 10, and possibly a bank on the 2 here. So a chance to get all the way out.
yep. There we go.
Got 2 of them. He's a really big favorite to get this ball and get shape on the bank on the deuce here.
Yeah.
Don't see anything else. If he doesn't want to try to do anything fancy with the 10, he can just come back up table and 2 rail the 11. But he's going to draw off of this.
Yep, just like you said.
And if he doesn't get on the 2, then he can 2 rail the 11. So he's got options here. I would probably think he would 2 rail the 11, because you don't want to shoot this 5 in the pocket and give Billy a chance to shoot a spot shot. So this is going to give Billy no opportunities here.
Yeah, and like you say, if you can get the 11 even close to the pocket, then Billy's got, something that's really pressing, and so it's hard to be real offensive whenever you've got a threat sitting on your opponent's side.
Threat ball down there. He's going to have to hit this ball hard enough to where if he shoots it, he can't not make the 5, and I don't think he can stay behind the 14. So this is certainly a safer shot, and this is he needs 1 ball at this point.
Yeah.
Billy going to need 5, and
that's a good hit.
A little bit thin there, but
it's good speed. Okay, now opening up that 4 ball, it's off the rail, so it's going to be a whole lot easier to bank now. So now Billy's got to, really think about how the cue ball is going to end up whenever he does move this 11.
Yep.
That's a little bit off the rail, so he's giving him a free shot at this 4.
Yeah, he really couldn't protect the 2 and the 4 there, so
Mm-hmm.
try to get him on this end rail best he could, and but then it's going to have a 1 rail to win the game. That a little thick.
Yeah. Okay,
And
now
we're going to
Billy's
see
got
Billy's
a good
banking abilities here.
No
He's
kidding.
tends not to hit these soft. We should see him hit this with some power. It's a pretty straightforward bank, so I don't look for him.
Oh, little
Hit
thick.
that a little bit in the middle, It's kind of a not too soft, not too hard type of shot. I don't think he's used to shooting at that speed.
Yeah, it was an in-between speed. I think he's trying to keep the cue ball over there on that side of the table. Kind of try to move some of the little cluster up by
If
that
he's going
pocket.
to try to 1 rail this or not, it looks like it's far enough off the rail where it's just a 1 rail shot with a little top right.
How did he hit it, folks?
Well,
Very strong.
pretty
Good.
strong shot right there.
Yeah, that's good.
So that puts the game score tied up at 1-1.
Yes,
And we're going to
sir.
race to 4. And Jesse, I'm going to step out for a minute, and I'm going to see if I can check on the score over here with Tony
Awesome.
and Corey.
Yeah.
So see if we can.
Right on. I think we got this correct. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. You don't have any audio now? Oh, that was good. He's frozen to the stack right there. Billy going to come off this 3 and drop the cue ball back down. Or is he going to go up table? Go all the back into the stack and take the cue ball up table. Good deal. Well, at least we pressed one of the buttons correct. Yeah, Forrest is running to the other side to grab some scores for us so we can be able to give you an update on that. If you're just joining us, we are tied up right now with Billy and Dennis. They have 1 game apiece, and they're on the winner's side. They have been putting on a pretty good display of banking and pocketing and just ball position all around. Billy, he went to a hill nail biter last night with Shane, and he won. Dennis has been playing lights out like he always does. That's nothing new, but Billy has really stepped up his 1 pocket game. He's a tremendous player in all disciplines, but man, his 1 pocket ability for being such a younger player on the tour, and of course, he's growing, getting more experience every day. So it's not like I'm saying he's a kid by any means, but dadgum, man, his play is really it's tactical. He's ball position, his control, of course, his banking ability is second to none, really. That's pretty strong right there, laying it behind that 9 ball. Honestly, I think whenever he banked that 7 ball, he was really wanting to go into the edge of that 1 because I think that 1-9 is just about wired. But regardless, he still got it on his side of the table. I think Dennis might try to go into that 2 ball, push it back towards the middle of the table, and then leave the cue ball back down to kind of disturb that 9 side of that little cluster. Keep it from being such a big threat. Forrest is going to, yeah, good shot. Forrest is going to check on the score on that Corey-Tony match right now, Rock. Dennis is looking at 2 rail on the 2 ball, coming back out, maybe going into the stack. Oh, he just pocketed it.
All right, Jesse, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, I went over and checked, and Tony Shohan, Corey Deuel play on the other table. Tony's up 2 games to 1 at this time. I believe Tony's, I think he's up 5 balls to 2 at this time
Okay.
in their 4th game. Looks like we got Billy Thorpe's got 1 ball here.
Yeah, he's been playing some pretty good shots. He left Dennis up on the end rail there, and Billy had a ball sitting next to his pocket, so Dennis just put it on in. Couldn't find a good spot to kind of mess with it.
So catch me up here. Which pocket is Dennis shooting at right here?
Okay, Dennis,
Shooting at
he's
the
going
right.
to be on the top
Okay,
on the top pocket, I guess, on your screen, and then Billy's on the bottom pocket.
gotcha. Well, these guys are great at finding stack shots, and it doesn't look like this 15 is close, or stripe ball there. Maybe the 12 is going to go off the 6 all the way in his pocket, but it's close, so he went ahead and shot that.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy can go behind that, pull it out, uh, and depending on how far he leaves the cue ball down table, the 6 ball could
Exactly.
be a bank, but if you bring it up just a hair, then it's not going to be.
That's exactly what Billy's looking at right there too, Jesse. He wants to make sure he doesn't give Dennis that 6 ball. But it looks like he's going ahead and shoot this 3 ball.
Yeah. Sonny
And
Jim, how did he hit that? I'm
if you
telling you,
can,
Billy's fearless, buddy. If
if
there's
you
a
got
bank
that
on
shot in your repertoire, then you go ahead and shoot it.
if he sees a bank, man, it looks like a hanger to him. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
And I think he took that shot, Jesse, too, because it looked like he could get a bunch of balls. You know, it wasn't something he was shooting one ball at. You know, he was shooting at getting
Exactly.
5 or 6 of them there, possibly running out the game. So
Yeah, so there's 2 more. He's got the 8. He's probably going to draw into the stack a little bit, maybe try to bring the cue ball over. I don't know if he's going forward or back, but I would say
I'll
back.
go back here if he can
Yeah.
draw straight back and not get stuck.
Man, that
Doesn't.
4-6 is off angle a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little off.
I don't.
I don't think he can get to that ball right above. Is that the 11 ball? Is it? Yeah, he can
Yeah.
shoot the 11 straight in there. So he should draw out for the 1 ball here.
Yeah. The 1's going to lead if he pulls it over probably the 7. He's probably going to run into the 15 there.
Right. This is kind of a player's choice here. Whatever angle you can get to. Personally, I would probably just try to get on the 7 here.
Yeah.
Just bump this. I believe it's the 15 ball.
Yeah.
Unless the 13 ball goes below the 6, which from our angle it doesn't look like it. So I look for him to shoot the 7 ball next here.
There it is. Perfect. And now he can draw back out of there. 14, 5, 10. I think they all go. So depending on what, it looks pretty straight, from here. But dadgum, man, our viewpoint's kind of skewed sometimes.
Well, Billy's playing for 2 balls at this point. He's certainly going to get the 7, and he's just being careful here not to draw and get stuck here. If you don't want to get yourself stuck here. So if he can draw it straight back and miss the 14, that's what he's going to try to do.
Yeah. Got his extension out.
There we go.
Perfect. Well. Yeah, he's just going to give him that.
So
one
Dennis
last
has
one.
seen enough that game.
Yeah. Well, that puts Billy up 2-1 over Dennis, which is a darn good feat.
Yeah, Jesse, you hate to put anyone at an underdog in these tournaments or races before any of these guys can come with it at any time and go ahead and win the set. But Dennis probably is a little bit of a favorite, and Billy getting up to 2-1. We should see Dennis.
But, man, you got to give it to Billy, man. That dead-gun bank shot he had, man, that was not a gimme at all. I mean, that was such a low percentage shot for anybody in the room. And to see him just drain it like that and be able to present it, or create an opportunity to run out, man, that's huge. I mean, he's been taking advantage of those opportunities. He did it last night with Shane. He's doing it in every one of his matches, and he's been patient. He's been playing really good. I mean, like I say, I can't say enough good stuff about his one pocket game. I mean, I love it. Of course, I love a fearless player that's going to go after it.
Right,
But,
right.
Man, it's just a lot of fun to watch.
It really is. This is certainly my favorite game to play for sure, and also to watch. It's I get to learn something every time I watch, especially these top players play. Dennis's break here got a little loose on him right here. Billy's right-handed, so he's going to have to stretch at this ball. But it looks like it cuts in, and if he can cut this in and come back for the 8 ball, then Dennis may be in a little bit of trouble here.
There it is.
Just took what he got. I like that. Not taking a chance and
Is this 14 wired?
Well, I
Is that
tell
the
you what,
12?
it sure looks like it might be a 15-12 wired
Yeah.
situation here.
He's going to go
If
into
it
it with
is,
some
he's going to hit
speed.
this pretty. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A little speed and open this pack up a little bit.
Man, he got
He don't always get rewarded.
don't. Dadgum.
And that may be kind of a worst case scenario. He's got himself wedged between two balls.
You know, the good thing about that, you know, he didn't really open up a ton of opportunities on Dennis's side. You know, sometimes whenever you do fire into the pack, you know, trying to create a little bit of distance between things, you open it up for your opponent just as fast as you open it up for yourself.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, he did get bit in the butt a little bit, but he didn't screw himself by giving Dennis, you know, a sellout or something.
Right. He's got some options here. I can't see how close he is this 14. I believe I would be trying to come off the 14 here and stick him frozen, you know, between the 4 and the 11 here.
Yeah, go 2 rails.
Yeah, 2 rails out there, but if that's not available, then he'll
He
just
might be
draw
trying
this
to pocket. Yep.
straight in, yeah.
There you go. Again, we're at a race to 4. Billy's up 2-1 over Dennis. Guys are putting on a great match, I promise you that.
Billy gets off to a 2-ball lead here in this game, 2-0. And he's got Dennis in a little bit of a situation right here.
Yeah, I believe they're starting at 10 a.m. On their matches. I'm not sure if that's the same for tomorrow, but I know that's when their matches started today, was at 10. If that helps you, Van. And yeah, it's 2-1 Billy. I'll pocket that and bring it all the way around. Man, that cue ball leaked out a little bit. He's trying to keep him a little bit closer to the rail. Take away some of his options. What do you think here? Bank the 13 into the either around the 11 or into the 11. I don't know about you, Forrest, man, but I kind of like going around the 11, going 2 rails and seeing what can happen with that 8 ball.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to follow. Here is just cue ball control. You want to make sure you just follow this cue ball to that rail and
Okay.
and
Yeah.
create some position for yourself and limit Dennis. I believe Billy wanted to get to the short rail there below the
Yeah.
4. He's left him a chance to bank at the 1 or the 15 here and move ball towards his pocket. So in these situations, you'd be surprised how often that a guy will come off, maybe even making a ball or changing the entire table around in his favor here.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Sometimes it takes one shot to really just change the whole dynamic of one game. You will have the initiative, and then all of a sudden, one well-placed shot will move enough of the balls to your side to where now you're on the defensive.
So Jesse, I'm looking through the screen here, looking at Dennis, and I notice that he's looking. He's got so much creativity that he is actually looking at banking one of these balls and bringing the cue ball 3 rails all the way around the table back to where the 11 is. So if he can bank something and move them all over, he's not going to be scared to go ahead and let the cue ball come around 3 rails. Obviously, if you can just bank and move them over, but if it's not available, he'll go ahead and come 3 rails with it.
Yeah.
And you hit it at that speed, you have a tendency to maybe get a little lucky, make a ball.
Yeah, I like what Efren says. He says, the better I shoot, the luckier I get. It's the truth. I mean, whenever you're playing well and you go for it, sometimes you really get rewarded. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah, he was one of the luckiest players I ever saw. And he earned every luck he got, I promise you.
yeah,
So let's see what he's going to do here. Looks like he's going to stun this ball.
yeah. Bank it into the 8 or something. Bank
There
it
you
into the
go.
1. Well, got pretty fortunate. The cue ball come in the inside of the jaws on that side pocket, but it stayed out, so that was good for
All
him.
right.
The 8-11 really didn't
Kind of
line
tied
up.
up for Billy's
Yeah.
pocket there. So as Billy and Cardone would always say, you did a lot with that shot.
Yeah.
They didn't make a ball, but he actually did a lot. Where Billy's got to move these balls by his pocket. If not, Dennis will take advantage of that and put him behind those stack. Anytime you got 2 balls that are locked up by your pocket, your opponent's going to find a way to stick you behind those balls
Yes.
and really put you in a trap. So
Oh, yeah.
Billy don't want to see none of that.
Where's everybody watching from today? I know we got a star-studded field, so I guarantee there's people from all over watching, getting some good lessons on this.
Yeah, we got players from all over the country here, and if you're not familiar, this is the Michael Montgomery Memorial. I got to know Michael a couple of years ago, and a great guy, and just a great pool fan. Loved to play the game, and unfortunately, we lost him early. And I'm really happy to see all these players come out here to support his cause and allow us to watch some exceptional top players in the world play. So
Yeah. Yeah, this event has grown pretty quick, and again, the title sponsor for this event is Omega Billiards, and heck yeah, Billy, it's going good. Omega's done so much for the pool community around here. They sponsor so many events. Mike is in the house. He is really taken a lot of players under his wing and sponsored them and given them a lot of opportunities. And we really want to thank Omega. Man, we have a lot of sponsors here. I don't have the sponsor sheet in front of me right now, but I just want to put that out there right quick. But yeah, this is a really fun event. It has grown really quick, and Phil kind of stepped up to the plate and started helping out with it a whole lot. Doc Reyes, who runs the BCA leagues here in the DFW area, he is running the brackets and absolutely putting on a really good production here. And the venue here at Snooker, Craig and Jenna, they own this place and they have done a whole lot. They opened it up about a year and a half ago, and they saw that the players really wanted to play on some good, solid equipment. They put diamonds in the entire venue and have really made it a top-notch spot. They have excellent food. I mean, their kitchen staff is. This isn't your standard pool hall bar food. This is nice gourmet meals. Like I say, this entire side over here is a restaurant normally, and they have completely pulled out all the tables and set it up for this nice, well put together event. So I just want to thank everybody here too. I mean, they've really done something for the players, for the fans, and we appreciate it. So if you ever do get out this way and are able to come by Snooker, come pay these guys a visit, enjoy some good food and some good times on the tables.
Absolutely, Jesse. Fortunately, I live here in Frisco, only about 4 miles away, so it's I have a great opportunity to spend some time here, and they do a great job, especially with their food here is incredible.
Yeah. Does Billy have 2 balls or 1? I think it's 1.
1, 2.
14 on the table. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we get
Yeah,
caught
we got
up in watching and we forget to mark the score down.
yeah we got 14 on the table, and so did Dennis.
Dennis just fouled just now, so he owes 1. So Billy's pocketed 1.
He tried to take a chance. I believe Billy took the foul there. So I believe Billy's got 1 ball, and I'm sorry, Dennis has 0. I'm not 100% positive that one though. I don't see any coins on the table.
I don't either, buddy.
But I think it's Billy's got 1.
Okay. We will get confirmation on that here in a second. Sorry about that. So the Lion is in Los Angeles. San Francisco Bay Area, Matt. Update New York. All right. Heck yeah. Forrest, you playing Robert Clark up there?
Yeah, I play. Is it Danny there? Yeah, I play Robert quite a bit. It kind of goes back and forth, but we play mostly one pocket, and I give him a little weight, and it's a pretty tough game. So Billy's got a couple of threats here, and so it looks like Dennis is going to try to have to eliminate. He may have to make the 11 here off the 1.
Can he see enough of the 11 to bank it back towards his 15 or no?
I can't really tell. If he can, then that's certainly what he'll do.
This angle's so deceiving.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes we think they can see it and they can't. Sometimes we think they can't and they can.
If you can hit the 11
There it
first,
is.
there you go. Then you got an opportunity to go, maybe get a little lucky and make a ball, but he's changed the whole dynamic of this particular game with that 1 shot.
Exactly.
Now he's got, you know, 5, 6 threats there that Billy's going to have to be careful with, and he's also got Dennis has got a situation where he can put the ball up table in that top corner above Billy's pocket where he can't shoot past the 1 there, so it's a danger zone for Billy.
That's a good shot.
Played that really well. Get behind the ball there.
Let's see, Matt, you're in North Carolina? Heck yeah. I was just up there about a couple months ago. Heck yeah. I was doing some work in West Virginia for about a month and a half, and there was a little pool room in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. Pool Room 21, the name of it. Really nice guys there, and like I say, it's up in the deadgum sticks in the mountains. You come to just a wet spot in the road, and there's a pool hall, and it's loaded with diamond tables. I think they got 3 or 4 9-footers, and then maybe about 8 or 10 7-footers.
Now, Jesse, you said this is West Virginia? Is it up around the Shenandoah Valley area?
It's just outside of Charleston.
Oh, yeah.
So
I lived in Virginia for about 15, 20 years, and so I played a lot of golf back then up in West Virginia and Pennsylvania and all that. But, yeah, you got some mountains up there to deal with.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they have a chip tournament every Friday.
Oh, well, those are fun.
And yeah, it is, man. They have a huge turnout. Good Calcutta. I went up there, and first time I'd ever been there. And of course, I was up there working, and I walked in, and they said, "Where are you from?" I said, "From Texas." And they said, "Oh, we got a road player." I said, "No, I'm just up here working," and I brought my pool stick. But
They don't usually believe all that,
well,
even when it's true.
yeah, and I didn't want to argue with them too much, and I ended up winning the dadgum thing that
There you
night.
go.
So I mean, I didn't have a leg to stand on. It didn't matter what I said.
Nah, this is good. Put him in a.
Yeah, glued him to the backside of that 15 ball, so it kind of takes away a lot of his options.
That was very creative. He could have got everything good could have happened there. Not too many bad things could have happened. Billy's just going to have to push out of this, and it looks like he can go ahead and clip it and come away, or he may have to take a foul.
Yeah.
He certainly can't leave it on the end rail.
Drop his
Dennis
chalk down the pocket. Yeah, either taking a foul. I don't know how much of it he can see going behind it.
Right. Well, he's got to protect this 2 ball when he kicks out. He's got to get behind this 14.
Yep.
If he doesn't get behind that, there you go. It's a nice shot right there. It's not good enough just to lay that ball over here and give Dennis a chance to shoot. So he did go ahead and take a foul there, so Billy spotted that ball.
Okay.
So now we're back to a 0-0 ball count, and Dennis is up 2-1. I'm sorry.
Billy's up 2
Billy's
games
up
to
2-1 in a race to 4.
Exactly. I know some of my friends. They say they don't have the temperament for one pocket, and boy, they get I guess a little OCD or a little ADHD or a little something elemental P. But I'm telling you, man, a good one pocket match like this, I find it exciting. I mean,
I really do too.
I really do. I mean, I
It's,
know it's it's slow, and some people say it's like watching paint dry, but
Yeah.
dadgummit, man. I mean, if you ever played a little bit, then you start realizing just how dadgum difficult it is to leave your opponent without a shot on his side. I mean, it's watching these guys, they make it look easy, but shoot, man,
Right.
whenever you're actually out there and you're used to playing a rotation game or 8-ball or something, and then you get to this, it's a different animal. I mean, it really is, and so you start appreciating it in a different manner. So, man, if you got some of you guys out there and you're looking at this game and you're not really seeing the value in what they're doing, go to your pool room and man, a lot of these older gentlemen, man, they love playing one pocket, and just pick up a game with them. And I tell you, it'll open your eyes. I mean, that's what I did whenever I was, younger. I saw some guys playing one pocket and didn't quite understand it, but went up to a couple of the older fellas and I said, "Hey, man, just show me the game. Let's just give me a lesson."
Yeah, Jesse. In one pocket especially, you kind of have to pay your dues.
You do.
You have to go ahead and play with some players and learn by playing. But when you're trying to hide, 10 or 15 balls instead of just one, when you're playing rotation, you're trying to protect one ball at a time.
Exactly.
Which is tough enough. And in this situation where you basically have to protect for every ball on the table and play offensively to try to win the game, that's the allure of the game for me is knowing that you can't win if you don't shoot at your hole.
Yeah.
And you can't win if you let your play shoot at their hole. So you got to kind of find a way to get in the middle there somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a neat a neat game for your mind too. I mean, because you got to be thinking. I mean, this is a thinking man's game.
Certainly. It looks like Billy's going to try to blast this 14. Move these balls, and sometimes you don't get that lucky. The 6 ball doesn't fall for him, and at Dennis's level, this is going to hurt.
Yeah, Dennis could be out here.
As we say, it's going to leave a mark.
It will. Sometimes it's a mark on the scoreboard.
But in that situation, Billy's shooting that into the combo, needing to move the balls away from Dennis's pocket, and the 14 bounces back a little bit and gives Dennis a shot. Otherwise, it would have been a great situation with the ball hanging in Billy's hole. Now,
Yeah.
we all see Dennis run out with the ball in your pocket.
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother him too much.
You were inches away from winning or losing that
Exactly.
rack.
A little short draw back there. Well, Dennis going to play for 4 balls here. It looks like he's going to go ahead and get the 4 here. I think the 11, 7, the 3, and the 5. He may go to the 5 here first. It's probably a little simpler, just come back out for the 7. So I look for him to go play the 11 and then come back and shoot the 7. And he's going to prove me wrong and draw to the 3 now. So being able to stretch out like that and still have the confidence is something that doesn't affect Dennis's accuracy at all. So took for him the simplest way around to make sure he got all the balls. Coming up high for the 5. And he's playing for 2 balls at this point. Once again, that tells me for some reason I think Dennis may need more than 2 balls. But no.
That was it. Guess he just.
So Jesse, I believe that's a game score 2-2. I believe.
Yes, sir.
Got us a race to 4. Billy's showing no signs of giving up. We got Billy's breakup, so in a 2-2 match, in one pocket the break is so important, Jesse.
Yeah.
If you can hold your serve, just like in tennis, then you're going to have the advantage. It's not sure exactly what the real thing is, but most people say the break is worth at least a ball and a half to 2 balls. So.
Yeah.
And actually, Dennis got a little bit lucky on that last one because he did not break him well, and he gave Billy an opportunity to shoot the 7 ball in his pocket right off the break.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he came back. So Dennis going to look at the stack first. Anytime, right after the break, the stack is the most important. So you really want to make sure that there's look for wired balls to your pocket and certainly to the opponent's pocket. You know, you don't want to give up wired balls in any situation. If you can find a wired or even a dead ball at your pocket, then you can go ahead and win the game pretty quickly here. It doesn't look like the 14 is wired at all.
It doesn't look like it's wired, but is it wired for the carom?
No, I looked at that. It looks like it's going to miss that ball completely.
Oh,
So the
okay.
12 ball there.
Yeah.
So these guys are going to shoot that. If he can get, go ahead and force follow this down below the 7 with a cue ball and bank this towards his pocket. If he makes it, it's great, but cue ball control is the number one thing here. So he wants to follow this below the 7. And
Yeah, he left a bank on that 11.
he was actually trying to go around that ball, and I didn't see that, so he didn't quite get around it.
Yeah. Yeah, 11 banks, and then whenever you get that 11, that opens up to 7, 15.
Yeah, in one pocket, this is a fairly standard bank. You're gonna spin this 11 ball down a little bit, and
Spun it too much. Just a hair too
yeah,
much.
yeah, he got a little more turn than he wanted to, and if this combo goes, Dennis will shoot it. He will shoot the combos, and he's super accurate with them. He's gonna make most of them at this distance. So players like myself and you know, the mortal players, they probably just go ahead and kick at this kick one rail at this ball and move it away from Billy's pocket here and live to fight another day. But I believe well, he's also got an option to bank this 6 and draw below down to the 11.
Yeah.
And that's a shot I would probably shoot right there, because it's pretty safe to get behind these
The 15,
2 balls
7,
and maybe
yeah.
even have a shot on the 11 here.
Yep.
And see, you can see the angle from our screen allows him to do this fairly simply. So at his level, I would expect him to make this 6 ball and get a few balls. But he's still hard to let go of these. If he makes this particular combo here, he's got a really great opportunity. So
Yeah, and the one thing that you know, a lot of times whenever we're shooting, like you say, us mere mortals, you know, we get so focused on one shot or one combo that we forget to look at the rest of the table. And you know, watching these guys, you know, just remind you, look at all your options.
Yeah.
Even though you think you have a pretty good option, I mean, you can see Dennis has sized up 6 different shots already.
right,
And then he's going to make his decision after
Right.
that. Going for
which
that.
one's the most beneficial?
Yeah.
And it's not always the easiest one. You know,
Correct.
sometimes you got to take a more difficult shot because you're playing both cue ball. And at this situation here, you know, he doesn't make the ball, but
Doesn't leave anything.
look what happens if he did.
Yeah,
You know, he's got a great opportunity to get some balls there.
exactly.
He's also put a pretty good block on, you know, Billy really can't kick at this 6 ball. He can't kick long rail to the top rail. He's blocked by 3 different balls here. And even though they're hanging in front of his hole, they're close to his hole, at this particular time, they're causing him a problem. And this is a thin hit. I think you got to be careful not to sell out the bank on the 15, which he did a great job right there. He doesn't want to hit that 7 ball above and give him a straight back on that 15.
Exactly. Boy, that was a nice touch. Stick him up on that 6 on the other side of it so he can't kick up table and kick the 6 ball in.
Right.
Yeah, he's left the still has balls over by his pocket, so he hasn't
And
take it away from his initiative either.
Right, and in shooting that shot, he's made the ball by Dennis's hole, the 6 ball there, a threat for Dennis because Billy's going to bank at that ball.
Yeah.
So Billy's got to protect that ball now. I mean, Dennis got to protect that just like this. You know, he doesn't want him to see that 6 ball. Protects the ball by his pocket and also prevents Billy from banking at it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a nice touch on Dennis's part right there too,
Yeah.
sticking him on the rail behind that 11.
Like he's going to draw. Well, I'll tell you what, that is a really good shot. That's one of the best shots I've seen today because he was in a really tough position and he's left Dennis a choice now to cut it to 6. But everything else he done, Dennis was just going to bank the 7. So.
Oh,
And Dennis hits it
7.
perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, Billy was in a situation where he had to do something, and I think he maybe just put it a half inch too far up.
Yeah, because the cue ball wasn't directly in front
Exactly.
of the 2. It
Yeah.
was slightly off to the side.
Right.
If it had been directly in front of the 2, it'd been harder to cue.
Exactly.
The score is 2-2. It is a dead even race right now. They are racing to 4, so we're at 2-2. These pockets are the standard 4.5. Oh, sorry, guys. These are not smaller pockets. They're not shimmed down. They are the standard. It comes on the 9 foots. These tables were put in here in the last, I think, 2 to 3 months is whenever they finally got all the rest of their diamonds in here.
Well, it looks like he can still see the deuce here. Just trying to figure out what to create from there. Does he want to come all the way back up for this 12 ball in the middle of the table? Maybe come back behind the 15.
Yeah, or does he want to try to come up in the middle of the stack and try to create some separation? That's pretty risky. I mean, it's like you said a while ago. I mean, it could go really good or really bad.
Right. But you're right. That's exactly what he's looking for, Jesse. He's pointing at the rail there and see if he can come up and move the 3 ball. If he can't move the 3 ball there, then it doesn't help him at all. So. There you go. So he was able to move the 3 ball, but he doesn't get a clean shot at anything really. He's gonna. Yeah, he's probably going to play this 14, carry him off the 13. That's not what he wanted, but it's there. It's available. Sometimes you just got to take what's available.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a stop shot. A shot like this, you really can't play safe. There's nowhere to hide here. You have to make this ball, and if he shoots this ball, he's not going to play safe at all. He's just going to stay right there for the 14.
He's going to play the 4 off of the 13?
Yeah, 4 carry him off the 13. And that's the right shot right here. I think he'll end up shooting it. But like I say, there's no safety. There's no reason to play safe.
You got to commit to it. I mean, because you're going to be out, you know.
Yeah.
You make that, you're out.
Yeah. We got Dennis has 3 balls and Billy 0 at this particular time. And Dennis isn't going to shoot this shot, just jump up and fire it. He understands that this may mean the game here, and he's a big favorite to make this game. As you know, the Filipino players play a lot of carom pool, and
they do.
He's not going to miss this very often, but it's not a hanger, so.
No, it's not a hanger, and of course, there's a lot of money on the line too.
Certainly, and he's kind of betting this game on this shot, and it's worth it.
I was looking at the payouts. I don't know if they posted them online. I thought they did, but I think it's like $9,000 for the first place, just the Calcutta. Oh man,
See, that's I'm not sure why he chose to draw that ball back.
no, he didn't have to.
You know, if you shoot that shot, in my opinion, you shoot and stop.
Exactly.
You play it for 100% accuracy, and you take your chances. And that time, I think I seen more movement than I normally see. But Dennis was backing up at that shot immediately after contact.
Yep. Yeah.
So Billy's got high enough here to where he can go ahead and get these high balls first. Just draw this straight back.
Yeah, instead of leaving that, you're taking that 11 first, you want to leave that in case you don't get the best position. You
Yeah.
know, it's still an insurance ball.
It's 3-3. So we got 3-3 ball count. Billy looks like he's got a great opportunity to go ahead and run this game out. Of course, there's no givens. We all understand that there's mistakes to be made. Dennis just made one, and it looks like he's going to pay a pretty serious price for that particular miss. I look for Billy to go ahead and draw back for the 5 here.
Yeah.
I think that's his best opportunity. And once again,
I think there's an angle there.
there may have been an angle
yeah,
going down for the 11.
Play the 11 and come out 2 rails, or maybe 3 rails for the 5.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to put a little top left on this and come
Yeah,
around
come up
2
to the
rails
3.
and he got home, you know.
See, it's in between, man. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
I think he would have been better off shooting the 5 ball, you know, just to and
Well,
go
he's got
from the
4
5 to
sitting
the
there.
3.
He's, those banks are hangers for him, so.
All right.
I'd be irritated that I
gonna
had
be
a bank,
difficult
but he's
to-
happy.
Yeah. We'll see how he plays this. If he just plays for 1 ball here or draws out. That's Billy, so there's no 1 ball bank here. He's going to try to get them all.
Yep.
Can't blame him.
No, it's, oh my goodness.
Pretty rare miss by Billy on that particular shot right there, but
He didn't. I mean,
he's given us all a reason to play pool, Jesse. I
I
mean, if they
know.
never missed, it'd be hard to play. I think I might want to quit, but every once in a while, I see hope.
yeah, I know.
You don't want to. You don't.
Silver lining.
I would never wish bad on any player, but at the same time, when you watch them make mistakes, it makes us feel like we can play a little pool.
Yeah.
We can get out there and compete a little bit.
I think we missed one.
You get one more.
Yeah.
So what we've seen right there is
Ease up, boy.
a couple of mistakes by Billy. And, realistically, Dennis had a chance to win the game, when he shot that 4-ball carom. Gave Billy a chance to steal it. And you don't really get a lot of reprisals on that situation. And Dennis has got one here. And
Yeah, that's true.
I expect him to take full advantage of it.
Yeah, it's rare. This game's got 2 rare deals, Dennis had the out, Billy had the out.
Yeah.
So normally if one of you botches the out, the other one doesn't give you a chance.
I think the biggest difference in this game as far as just the pure shooting is when you're playing 9-ball and 10-ball, you typically get yourself in stroke, and in one pocket you may be sitting there and not really shooting any kind of stroke shots with opportunities for a while, and when you get up there, capitalizing on them and go ahead and executing the way that you know you can and should is not always as simple.
Exactly. No, it's huge. And that's a big deal of it. And you know, getting out of stroke. I mean, heck, you've seen it. I've seen it. We've done it. But I know last night, whenever the first match started, the the first game lasted longer than two other matches on the other side of
Yeah.
the room.
That was Chip and Gomez.
Yep.
They played a long first game.
Yeah. Shane had already won his first match, and then Sky started his match after that,
Yeah.
and then because I was in the other room watching it, and then I come in here and I said, "What's the score?" And they said, "Still on the first game."
I believe I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a lot of it, and I believe Chip ended up spotting 5 or 6 balls that game and early, and I think Roberto had to spot 2 or 3, and I think Roberto ended up finally getting that game, and Roberto ended up winning that match.
Yeah, Brandon, the score's still 2-2. It's an even race right now, and heck, it's dead even because they both got 5 balls.
Yeah, these players are going to be able to do the thing that you can't do. They're not going to live in the past. They're not going to worry about that miss or the scratch. They're going to have to put that away and execute. And they're both top players, and that's the show of a top player. They can go ahead and forget about those misses and mistakes and come with it and execute the next shot.
Exactly. Well, that's good. Left him on the rail again.
Back on the end rail, he's kind of threatening him. He's saying, "Go ahead and shoot this 4 ball," and Dennis ain't going to go for that, I don't believe.
No,
It looks like the 12 ball passes the 3 on the end on the long rail there, and I know it's a tough shot. And when Dennis is trying to put a ball in front of his hole somewhere, and prevent Billy from taking that chance, and I think he's done that. You can't really shoot at balls that when your opponent has a couple balls in front of their pocket.
yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, because he's daring him. He's like, go for that hero shot right over there. And then whenever you miss it, I'm going to go ahead and run out.
Yeah, he was careful to block the 3 ball. He don't want Billy to see 3. He's definitely going to shoot the 3, but the 12 ball was a little too much risk involved. I see a comment that says, "How big are the pockets?" And these are the standard 4.5-inch pockets for the diamond tables. Moved a couple of balls, took a couple threats away. I don't look for Billy to mess with this 3 ball here. It's a little risky to bank this ball, so got to also protect. There you go. You want to get this ball on the end rail. Again, Billy's doing a great job of keeping him on the end rail there, Jesse.
Yeah, he is, man. I love it.
I'm looking at the table here, and I don't think this 12-ball 2-rail is going to be available. The 1-ball, it looks like it will go in Billy's pocket. So,
Rock, you talking about static from the mic? Because I hear a lot of static in my my headset. I don't know if I'm gonna cut my headset off for a second and see if that
yeah, I hear it
static
in
goes
mine
away.
too.
Still hearing the static. I'm not sure what that's coming from.
Jesse, why don't we take a little break and we'll have Mark come in and check it out.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna take a break. Again, the score is 2-2 on this match. So we'll let y'all be, and we'll try to figure out what's going on here. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Mark Gonzalez with Rackham TV. Guys, I want to double check and just make sure that the static. I know we had a little feedback there. Is that want to make sure everything's okay now. Let us know how we sound. I'm joined in the booth. Got Jesse Wilcoxon in here still. What's going on, Jesse?
Hey, I think we're trying to get this static straightened out. Let us know if it's still going crazy. Sounds better in my headset than it did, because I was hearing it a while ago pretty bad too.
Van, we heard, the times and stuff are getting they've been discussing times as far as what time to start and all that tomorrow. And the last we heard was that we were going to be starting around noon Central Time. Oh, Billy missed that cut, but he blocked it. Let's see, tomorrow. So tomorrow Eastern, it'd be around 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. All right, we're getting a couple sounds good, sounds better, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, of course, no problem. Mr. Bobby Moorfield, what's up, Bobby? This is Mark, buddy. Hope you're enjoying your trip up there to New York.
Heck yeah.
Look at this. He's just going to take the foul. We got a great match here, right? 2-2, and these guys have been battling defensively back and forth.
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I mean, there's been so many good shooting, and in this game, I think they both have had opportunities to run out, and then they got a little funny on a ball.
Yeah, we saw Billy over there. All right, so Billy needs one, and Dennis needs all of them. It's so hard for me to commentate this. You know what I mean, Jesse? I don't know. I would look at this and not have a clue what to do.
Well, yeah, I mean they have been playing so good cue ball control on this. I mean, freezing the cue ball to the bottom rail has been really the key shot. Yeah, it's been the absolute staple for what's going on. I mean, if he
you could just three-rail this 12 ball, three-rail combination in the four. And, I mean, what's taking so long here?
That's it.
Glad you're enjoying it, Bobby. Glad all you guys are out there tuned in with us, supporting us. We really appreciate it. Of course, we're out here at the Michael Montgomery Memorial Tournament. We've got another 3 days after today, guys, of just nonstop action. 10 ball starts tomorrow. Conclusion of the one pocket is tomorrow. I think they're going to be finishing up the ladies event tonight. And guys, don't forget, we do have a camera over on the ladies event. So you drop that drop box down and change it over to ladies event if you guys want to watch that.
Yeah.
You can watch, I think the next match we got coming up on the other table is Chip Compton and Scott Frost, I believe, on the other table, on the action table. And then coming up after this match, man, we've got Shane Van Boning and Roberto coming up for this on this table
man,
next.
just an absolute killer match right there. I can't wait to see that. I think we're off a ball on Billy's count. Now he's at 7.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Messing with the mics a while ago, and I think we kind of got sidetracked.
That's all right. All right. Well, he left Dennis a one-railer here, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, there is a one-railer there. It's a touchy shot, because if for whatever reason it doesn't go in, you got to make sure that cue ball's safe so that Billy doesn't have the 3. Yeah, because I mean, it's just one ball after this. It's probably just going to bank the 3 up table, leave the cue on the bottom rail.
Once again, huh? All right, thanks, Flex. Yeah, I just checked there, and it is 7-5. going for the bank.
Heck yeah.
Well, he went for it, and he left him this 12 ball. If he cuts this down the round, when they were warming up before we got the camera turned on over here, he was cutting a lot of these balls straight down. Ooh,
Oh,
commentator's curse,
he
Jesse.
did, man.
Oh, and look, it's going to
Golly.
leak out. This might be the game.
Who let Mark in the
I
booth,
know it happens to
man?
me every time, and I keep doing it, and I don't know why.
Loose lips sink ships, baby.
The skunk is off.
The skunk is off. Oh, my goodness.
Jesse, we're gonna be till the day we die, man. If we see each other, that's the first thing we're gonna say to each other.
Always. Yeah, that is such a fun saying. Of course, everybody out there trying to figure out what we're talking about. It's a saying that I picked up from Doc, and anybody in the DFW area knows Doc, and of course, half of everybody else. Great guy, and just an absolute lover of the game, and a fun individual. Well, one time he was playing a buddy of mine, Don Bullard, in a tournament, and my buddy Don, he shoots great, and he was absolutely putting on a tear. I think they were racing to 7, and Don was up 6-0, and then all of a sudden, Doc comes to the table, and Doc wins the game. Doc walked over to Don Bullard, and he goes, "Buddy, the skunk is off."
It's off.
And Doc ended up running out the entire set and won the match. And from then on, man, anytime I'm in a match, I'm in a deadgum game anywhere, and as soon as I win a game, buddy, the first thing I say is, "The skunk is off." Of course, I played Jeffrey DeLuna in a tournament last year over at Rusty's, and he beat me 10-0. And I could not say my favorite line.
You had to change it up a little bit. The skunk was on.
The skunk was on.
Now this break here, I mean, I don't think he got the cue ball up far enough. I think Billy can just fire the 9 out of there and maybe clear both those balls. Oh,
I know
no,
he's going to
one
bank
around.
it.
See,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
he
going to
left
get it back over his side, but see, that was a big problem because he left the 13,
Yep.
and so now Dennis can come around. I don't think he's going to slow roll it to the 7 ball, but I think he will come back up top either for the 5 or the 2. He was looking at the 5. He needs to be on the top side of the 5 so he can go into the pack and break out some more stuff.
Nice stop for the 7.
Yeah,
So maybe he was looking at after the 7 coming out.
probably so.
But he's a little straight there, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you can draw back off of it or you can follow it around. It just depends on, I mean, I know the 9, he probably wants to take care of the 9 as well, so you can bank the 9 and then come up for the 5. That way, if you miss a bank or you miss a shot, then you're not leaving anything in front of the pocket. Because you can come up above right here and you're not leaving anything even if you miss the bank.
Snacks is asking if that's Erman's kid, but Don Bull. No, I
No,
think Erman's. So Erman, I used to play. I think it was his stepson though.
Yeah, the next match is going to be Gomez and SVB. I guarantee you I don't want to miss that one. That's a good little bank right there. I don't know if he left that 5 on or not. It looks like it goes. Of course, being on the rail, I mean, I'm telling you guys, leaving the cue ball on the rail anywhere on the table is always going to completely change the outlook of a shot and the confidence level. Great shot. I don't see anything wired. You might just want to put this in the stack. And if you hit the 10 ball pretty square, it's going to take, you have to hit a little bit of speed to it to get the 1 or the 3 or 11 to move. The 3's sitting off the stack a little bit, so we'll see how he plays it. Oh, he didn't even go to the stack. Very good.
So what looked like was going to be a tough match for Dennis, he's kind of with those uncharacteristic misses of Billy here.
Yeah, Billy's kind of giving him
Oh, look at this.
a little chance. Of course, oh, man. I'm telling you, he's a dead-gum wizard on the dead-gum banks. I mean, he's made some incredible banks. In fact, he's able to run out one of the sets because of a stellar bank shot.
Yeah, well, so do you bank the 9 over, or do you cut the 6?
No, you bank the
Bank the
9.
9?
Yeah, because, I mean, that's a standard shot, you know,
Yeah.
for these guys. So,
Has it got the legs? It doesn't have the legs.
no, it ran out of gas. He was perfectly on line, too. I don't know. He just misjudged the speed on that one.
He didn't want that to happen. Oh, he might be all right.
Oh, man.
Dennis can cut that, I think.
Yeah, if Dennis can get on this 3 ball, which I think he can, boy, this racket's going to be, I don't know. Somebody might be warming up on the mic right now. Could be going for that bank right now. I don't know if he's going to try to get the 14 over. I mean, we'll see. No, he's got it.
Good shot.
Yeah. He's got the 9. He probably come up table for the 6, and then from the 6 come back down to the 15.
But what do you do after the 15?
Well, it depends
Guess-
on your angle.
Oh,
No, he
got the
stayed up
1.
top. I guess the 1's, he can see the 1. Well, that's good, because if
Yeah.
he can see the 1, then he can just come back across for the 8. Yeah, if he takes a 1 in the 8th, then he's out.
Yep.
Trying to get used to the monitor view, because sometimes it looks like they can't get to a ball, and they can.
Yep. It's a little tricky. Oh, he.
Okay. Went back under.
I think he was definitely trying to play for the 15.
Yeah, he was going for the 15. He just overran it.
I don't think the 11 goes. I mean, but I
No,
think
I don't. I don't think 11 goes either. He can either
shoot
do
the
the
combo.
combo, or
Yeah.
he can go like rail first and kind of nudge off the 15 and see if it'll follow the rail. I don't know if there's enough room there to do that, but in my opinion, he would go for the combo because that would send the 11 up table and cut out the bank, even if he does miss the 15. But if the 15 goes, it's over. No, he's hanging tough. Yeah, all he needs is one. Dadgummit. Well, ain't nothing to hold back on. You can't play safe anywhere. You just got to try to make something happen.
Oh, he's going
He's
to
gonna,
fire it.
yeah, he's gonna fire this bank, and oh, he was gonna kick into the 8-4. Okay, that's it.
All right. Well, there it is, guys. Dennis advances, beats Billy Thorpe 4-2. Like we said, next match up here is going to be Roberto and Shane. This is Mark Gonzalez, and with Rackham TV, thank you so much, Jesse, for joining us, man. If you don't mind, well,
Yeah.
they're getting right after it here. So,
Oh
guys,
yeah.
we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be back.